2, 1.
Welcome to Antimatters.
Hello everyone. 2 colonies of Tetramorium Bicarinatum to catch up on this week. It's been a little while since they've got a video, and in the large colony especially, loads has changed. Lined up then today, a tip field tour and some recent observations. Let's start with the Metropolis, that is the large nest. At the moment it's out on a side and measures in at 6'4". It was bigger, but I detached one outworld to reduce the area to clean. Far left of the nest is Gen 2 City, the original and most popular nest with these girls. No expansion here. In fact, I even removed a little bit. One starter module was removed because it started to fill up with rubbish. They slowly built a dirty corner and filled it into a full-on rubbish-filled chamber. So I popped it off for a good clean. The rest of the nest is booming though. Either an area is packed to the ceiling with workers, or it's packed to the ceiling with brood, or empty. I've upped their feeding and it's really showing in the brood pile. As the Tetras love their modules so much, I've got £170 worth of upgrades lined up for the modular nest, including an S6 module and 4 S4 modules. It should likely triple the nest space, which will be awesome. I've just got to save for 2 more weeks. Gen 2 City is strong and stable and still growing nicely though, unlike Theresa May's leadership. They're definitely going somewhere and will achieve new heights, I believe. Coming out of Gen 2 City is the new dual carriageway. 2 pipes in and out. It really cuts the congestion down and will be essential when they get their improvements. One pipe got a bit congested sometimes, so I added 2, and then I put a few junction boxes in there as well to link everything up nicely. The dual carriageway feeds into the Saturn XL and Large, so let's have a look at those. The outworlds are quite busy nowadays, especially whichever outworld has got the protein in. I like to only put protein in one outworld and alternate, that way it keeps it a little bit more sane in there. I said earlier I removed some outworld, which was an S5 size one. Luckily, the remaining outworlds seem ample for them though. They look rough at the moment as I'm slowly clearing out the substrate I added. The substrate looked nice, but it was just asking for mites, and I totally don't recommend it anymore. It's not worth it looking good if all your ants are gonna die. To keep the food going in, I've chosen to start going vertical as well, with their feeders and drinkers. This tower is currently under testing and I hope to have them available on my site, antimatter.com, really soon. Time to run away from the mess to Gen 3 City though. Like the feeding towers, Gen 3 City has also gone vertical. It's actually working really well too. The nests are quite stuffy in there, so hydrating one nest ends up hydrating them all, as the wet air spreads around. The downside of the vertical nest is I can't see as much nest action, but I don't really care. Gen 2 is my watching area anyway. Gen 3 Farm is growing steadily though, and seems all too happy to supply me with an endless stream of workers and queens. Off the side of Gen 3 City is the ultimate farm. In Gen 3, it at least looks like a nice place to live, and the ants can kid themselves into thinking they're free. The new Matrix City, however, is pure function. 60 test tubes of space at the moment. They are slowly packing them out real nice. I intend to add another 40 to 60 tubes once these are full and mature. It really is like the fields of humans though in the Matrix, all lined up in their little pods, but with ants instead. If all goes to plan, these tubes will fill and I'll sell them and reinvest it in more nest and food. Currently they eat about 200 to 250 large roaches a month, which does add up. If I can keep the cycle rolling nicely though, I can grow these girls to the max without breaking the bank. If you want to help me, buy some Tetramorium from antimatter.com. Biggest colonies on the market. Those adverts. Sorry about that. The final secret weapon I have in this nest is the trash outworld. The only reason I can manage them at this size at all is because of this outworld. The tetras hide in their food all the time, making removing food the normal way a real pain in the arse. To stop that, I take the eaten food trays and leave them inside of the trash outworld for 2 days. As there's no food left, and the outworld has nothing of interest to the ants, they leave the food and go back home. You're pretty much boring them out of their food. It really works though, and without this, they would 100% be unmanageable. That's all for the big Metropolis really. Recently, due to the heat I presume as well, I have noticed a huge increase in the lates. It's nothing compared to the small colony though. Let's have a look at them. Their brood pile recently has collapsed. They had loads and now they've got barely any. And they haven't got any new workers for weeks. But I'm not worried at all. For the last at least 2 weeks, they've only hatched a lates. So I've got at least 15 princesses now, and 1 male. Once they're ready to lay, I reckon the brood will bounce back nicely. It's amazing the ratio of workers to lates at the minute. It's nearly 1 to 1. I'll let them redneck it up for a bit and hopefully have a load of new queens to catapult their numbers up soon. I really am enjoying the new girls, as founding in summer is different to winter. Last time I was founding in winter, I got loads of workers, but not a huge amount of queens. Whereas in summer, I seem to be getting the complete opposite, a ridiculous amount of elates, and not many workers. We'll see how this all develops though. That's about it for today though. I hope you enjoyed. Any questions, ask below. Have a fabulous week though. Thank you for watching, and bye!